So.
Okay, so we'll start. Okay, so my name is Mia and this is Kevin, and we're your marketing chairs for this semester. We're going to take a look into how PBL markets for PBL and also some external marketing projects and how we can incorporate current marketing trends with those projects.
So first I want to talk about traditional marketing. On campus, if you look at all the clubs, they do three things. Chalking, tailoring, and flying. Everybody does that. So these things are the basics to marketing.
Okay, so chalking is one of the most important aspects of marketing. It's how we get our message out there and ingrain our names within their memories. So in this case, we can see someone has, for the poker tournament, chalks, but they added color. But they added color and they made it really big. And this way it stands out amongst other chalkings. And it's really important to just ingrain our names within their memories.
And by doing so, the chalk also stays on the board more because people seeing the effort you put into the chalking, they will be less, they won't want to erase that as much. Next we have tabling and flyering. So tabling and flyering, the importance of it is when we have an event, this is where we will be advertising. It's our platform on Sprout to advertise our events. And this is where we execute our strategies. When there is an event, this is where PBL meets on Sprout. This is a platform for PBL to meet. So if you're walking around and you're looking for something from PBL, maybe you have a question, like we have a place on Sprout and that's where we go to. And that's why tabling is very important. And
okay, so how does PBL differentiate itself from other business organizations? We differentiate ourselves through theme, style, and community. So theme is essentially the mentality we convey through the flyers, and style is the way we market, and community is what we're marketing.
So first I'm going to talk about theme. In the past few semesters, as you can see here, that we have a trend of animals, and so the theme for PBL differentiates from other business communities in that every semester we come up with a very organic theme. It's different. If you compare a bunch of flyers of ours to other business clubs, you'll realize that ours stand out, and the other business clubs you'll see like skyscrapers, architectures, and you'll realize that the PBL's theme really symbolizes the message and makes us stand out a lot more. And so the trend that we have right now is we're moving towards professionalism, and so our theme has been for the last 2 semesters of silhouettes.
Okay, so style is basically how we market. A lot of PBL's marketing, we focus on guerrilla marketing. So as you can see, this was last semester for poker tournament. Essentially what we did was we did cutouts of giant poker cards, and this type of guerrilla marketing really disrupts the flow on Sprawl, and it really allows and grabs attention of the people walking by.
And lastly, we have the community. So when you come to PBL and you talk to an upperclassman, ask them why are they here at PBL, and they're going to tell you because of the people. It's PBL's community that really what we are marketing. So PBL has a very diverse community. There's people from all majors, and we really emphasize the importance of this tight-knit community. Next slide.
Okay, so let's look at what we've done for this semester recruitment week.
So when we were planning recruitment week, we followed 3 main things for the flyer design because flyer design is a very important aspect of marketing. So we came up with the acronym RIP: Research and Brainstorm, Idea Screening, and Prototype.
Okay, so the first thing is research and brainstorm. So what we did was we found real-world company slogans that had a lot of the same values that we had. For example, consulting firms, law firms, and we essentially used this as a form of inspiration and merged it with President Barbara's platform for professionalism and came up with a really distinctive theme that we could use.
Next was idea screening. So during the idea screening, basically we categorized it into three main themes, and through these themes, we came up with 2 slogans that really resonated with our platform. And the 2 slogans are the evolution of professionalism, life without limits, business without boundaries. So the next step, prototyping. Basically, through these 2 themes, we came up with like different variations of drafts. We tweaked with the color, placement, and basically it was more like experimenting on what kind of designs we can come up with. And this is our final product. The color is a bit off, but I'm sure you guys have all seen the flyer design. So as you can see, this is actually kind of different from the previous slide of the white evolution of professionalism. And we did this so that with the black background, it felt more complete and it stood out a lot.
Okay, so let's look at how important flyers really are. From signups, we can see that close to half of the signups were from flyering. And even though chalking accounts for a smaller portion, it's really important to get, once again, our names ingrained within their memories. And lastly, referrals are an important cause of our signups. A lot of referrals come from students attending our events, having a really good experience, and talking to their friends about it. So these events, what are these events? Let's talk about recruitment week events.
So the first event we have is the first general meeting. And as y'all know, the location was Morgan, and that was a very inconvenient location. So we thought about how could we bring people to Morgan. So the first step was to incentivize people with food. And with that, we also had to use glowing footsteps and guiding balloons so that when you were in the area, it was easier for you to get to Morgan. And also, by using the footsteps and balloons, we brought attention to people that were walking by, and that also led people to come in that were curious about what was going on. The next event we had was paving and career paths. So on Sprout, what we did when we were marketing for this event, we know that people are interested in big name companies and having an internship with them. So we put out the companies' names on Sprout so that when they were walking by and they saw it, if they were interested in it, they would come find out what opportunities we provide for them. And also when we were flying, we told people to flyer by saying things like, are you interested in an internship with JP Morgan? And by doing so, people will avoid flyers less. So instead of having just like giving out the flyer to them and having them try to avoid you, we ask them a question and prompt them to think about something. So we've talked quite a bit about internal marketing. Let's move on to external marketing. So this semester we're working with Toshirvin and Binary. Toshirvin is a local sandwich shop, and Binary is a startup that's essentially a Craigslist in the Berkeley area. For them, we're basically devising a marketing strategy for them.
Okay, so let's look at current marketing trends and how we can incorporate these marketing trends into our external projects. So first of all, we've seen a lot of transparency and inbound marketing. So what is transparency? Transparency is essentially when you allow your customer to really understand the process of creating the product. This really establishes a strong personal connection with the customer through communicating with the customer and establishing that really strong sense of trust. So we can see that M&M Factory is an example of transparency. They allow their children and parents to come to the factory and see how the M&M candies are created. This transparency not only allows M&M to establish a connection with children at a really young age, but also allow the parents to really look back and see their childhood candies production line. So what we're doing right now is also a form of transparency. We're allowing you guys to see behind the scenes of what marketing is really like. The second trend is inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is all about getting the customer to market for you. So Yelp and Zagat are great review sites in which customers can give an unbiased view on nearby restaurants or stores. So when you're confident in your product, reviews are an effective way to allow the customers to market for you. So social media also plays a prominent role in people's lives today. A company can incentivize the customer to share, like, and check in for the store. And this way the customer will be marketing to his or her inner circles. And this way it's way more effective than a company marketing to the customer. And finally, with the high caliber created with the reviews and social media, people refer to their friends and really further the effectiveness of inbound marketing.
So at the end of this presentation, we hope that you guys actually see people marketing isn't just about selling an event or thinking about how you want to strategize for a business. It's actually the combination of both, where we present an image to the audience that will connect with them and build a trusting bond. So thank you for your minutes.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions?
I think we're like out of time. We're like kind of late now. So, do you guys know your next stop or your next workshop?
So workshop 2.
Social?
Social?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4, 6, 3.